All righty, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Thursday, January the 13th, 2022. Appreciate you all tuning in. We are live, taking your questions, your comments, your calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Of course, as always, I'm Chris Phillips, your host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. We got a lot to get into here on a packed Thursday show. I see Cyrus, Brandon, Tim Branch, Todd, Travi, also in the Big Cock Club Discord. Have the TDC Questions channel, to be sure that your questions are answered. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Before we get into everything, I do want to take about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm because, of course, as always, the Daily Crow is brought to you by our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, you're not just a number, you're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats the clients like family. Guys are going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. Been involved in any type of action, no matter what it might be. The last thing that you should be dealing with or worrying about is dealing with paperwork, the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, that is our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Again, folks, taking your questions, comments, calls, and appreciate you all tuning in. We got a lot to get into. We got a packed show here on this Thursday. It is game day, by the way, as South Carolina women's basketball takes on the Texas A&M Aggies, looking for their fourth straight win in a row. Yours truly will actually be in the building. By the way, we got the fresh cut. Went over to my guy down in 5 Points and got the mullet freshened up, if you will. So we're feeling good. We're feeling fresh here on this Thursday. Austin Greer says Arkansas won't be good next year. And I'm assuming you're talking about my rankings of the Gamecocks 2022 football schedule, which I did release that, guys. Big podcast today. Really big day for the podcast, of course. Really, really big day for the podcast. Was sitting there yesterday and was kind of just pondering, hey, what should we talk about on the show? You know, kind of a, I don't want to say an empty Thursday, but not a ton going on this week. You know, we've already talked the recruiting stuff. We do have the women's game tonight, but, you know, we'll talk the men's basketball game tomorrow. And, of course, the game is on Saturday. So I thought, what can we talk for this Thursday podcast? I was like, you know what? It's never a bad time here to talk football. And this is something I normally talk about over the summer, and I'll probably readdress this over the summer once we get through spring ball and all that good stuff. I was like, you know what, let's talk the schedule. So I actually ranked the schedule in case you haven't seen this yet, and I'll be dropping a graphic as soon as we get off of here today that represents and shows this. I actually ranked the Gamecocks 2022 football schedule in regards to easiest to most difficult game on the schedule. Again, this is not worst team to best team we play. This is the easiest matchup to the most difficult. I've got Arkansas at number 6. So Austin Greer, I don't know. I mean, I think that's more than fair. I mean, I don't tend to wholeheartedly agree with you that Arkansas won't be a solid team at least. I mean, listen, they're sort of like South Carolina. They're on an upward trajectory with Sam Pittman. You got to go to Fayetteville in week 2. We're still going to have a lot of unknowns. So I think that's going to be a pretty tough game. And there's going to be high expectations for Arkansas, just like there are for South Carolina. Brendan M., what's going on, my guy? By the way, Brendan, I learned a valuable lesson today, and I specifically single out Brendan because he's a student at South Carolina. Again, like I said this morning, I went and got my hair cut about 11 o'clock or so. Went out to 5 Points. Shout out my guy Danny, by the way. Danny boy down in 5 Points for cutting me up. But went to 5 Points and then came back. And I drove through campus, basically. I will never drive through campus again around noon because, God, it was slammed. Tried to go one way. There was a bad wreck. Tried to go another way. And just, I got back in time, but I was like, this is just taking way longer than it should. So, chaos, pure chaos. I get why students don't really drive a lot. And, of course, we all know the disaster that is parking in Columbia as well. Let's see. Aaron Irvin says, just finished the schedule review, and I completely agree with Kentucky being at 4. Yeah, you know what's funny, man? I almost had them at 3. In case you missed it, guys, in case you have not tuned to the podcast, which I highly suggest you do, here is my rankings really quickly. I'll run down these really fast, and then we can start to dissect it, and you guys can ask your questions and stuff like that. So, again, I ranked on the podcast the Gamecocks' 2022 football schedule from easiest to toughest games. This is how it shakes out. In my opinion, this is how I look at the schedule from easiest to toughest games. Number 12, I've got South Carolina State at home. Number 11, versus Charlotte. Number 10, versus Georgia State. Number 9, at Vanderbilt. Number 8, versus Mizzou. Number 7, at Florida. Number 6, at Arkansas. Number 5, versus Tennessee. Number 4, at Kentucky. Number 3, versus Texas A&M. Number 2, at Clemson. And number 1, the toughest game, in my opinion, the Week 3 home date against the reigning national champions, the Georgia Bulldogs. So, again, we can debate there. We can talk that. We can talk whatever else. We can talk basketball. We can talk recruiting. Whatever you guys like. And taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. This isn't in the Big Cock Club, it is in the Big Cock Club Discord. This isn't in the TDC Questions channel. And I don't know if James is tuned into the Daily Crow or not. But James asked in our baseball channel about when do my season predictions come out for baseball. So, guys, those will drop. Our big baseball season preview show. Will be probably that Monday. I'll have to look at the exact schedule, but normally I drop the season preview the week of opening day, like the Monday of opening day. So that's probably what I'll do yet again. Again, I got to look at, I guess I could look right now, like when basketball plays and stuff like that, and how I kind of want to line up the content, because, of course, Thursday we'll do our full, series preview stuff, how we do for each and every single week during baseball season. But February the 18th, Friday, February the 18th is opening day. And, yeah, so the Gamecocks play Tuesday that week at Ole Miss, February the 15th. So I'll figure it out. Probably Monday is when I'll drop my season preview, full season preview. But, again, it's going to kind of depend on the positioning and the previews and stuff like that. Anyways, either way, we'll get to it. But it won't be for a couple of weeks or about a month or so until I drop that full season preview and predictions. But, again, guys, baseball content starting next week. Next Tuesday is officially a month from opening day. And starting on that day, I will officially start the position unit previews. We'll start our countdown to baseball. So, again, guys, as you all know, I'm very excited for the baseball content. A-Roch, is my birthday. Really? I didn't know that. How did I not know that? So, January the 18th is your birthday. Your Capricorn season. Really? How did I not know this? Or am I just a bad friend and didn't remember? Maybe I just didn't remember. I don't know. Really? A-Rod, that's your birthday. Seriously, you're not joking. That's interesting. Yeah, Capricorn season. Shout out to the Capricorns. We are technically the goats. Okay, well. Oh, opening day is your birthday. Okay. I was confused. I thought you said January the 18th. My bad. Okay, opening day. And I think I still forgot that conversation, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so February the 18th is your birthday. Gotcha. Anyway, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. I do want to hear from you. Again, not a ton going on today. We got women's basketball tonight again. Oh, by the way, silly me. The talking about the podcast and a big podcast today. Of course, we've got the breakdown of the schedule, but fantastic conversation as well, and a Big Cock Club exclusive with now former Gamecocks kicker and all-time points leader, Parker White. So, really, really good stuff. Patreon.com/Big Cock Club, or go to the link in our social media bios, social media handles, wherever, any of our social medias. Go to that link. You'll see the link to the Big Cock Club. Join today. You can hear the entire conversation. Again, we will be publishing clips on social media from that conversation. But again, if you want to hear the full convo with Parker White, head over to the Big Cock Club. Head over to the Big Cock Club. So, really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Let's see. I feel like a lot of our normal culprits for the Daily Crow are not in here, which I appreciate everyone who tunes in. Doesn't matter, everybody who tunes in. But I feel like a lot of our normal culprits, unless Facebook chat is not working, I feel like a lot of our normal culprits are not in here for some reason, which is, I don't know, interesting. Something going on. By the way, guys, a year ago today, I had one of the best tweets you'll ever see. Summary of my dating life in Gamecock football terms. Too many Mike Bobos, not enough Shane Beamers. Need someone that wants to be here. I'm pretty proud of that tweet still to this day, to be honest. I think that was a pretty solid tweet. Pretty solid tweet. Let's see. Again, guys, great convo with Parker White, man. Really incredible. Parker, an awesome dude. Awesome dude. Highly suggest you guys check that out. Jimmy Mendio, what's going on? Alex Wilson out of the transfers. Who are you most excited about? Well, I'm excited about all of them, but for different reasons. I'm excited about all of them, but for different reasons. You know, I like the defensive guys. I mean, the great thing is this, again, as I said yesterday, all these guys are going to be contributors for you. I truly believe that. You know, Terrell Dawkins is going to fit in where J.J. Barre left. Devontae Reed is going to fit in where Jalen Foster left. And, of course, Wells Jr. and Beal Smith on the offensive side are at positions of need. The one I'm most excited to see, I mean, I guess I got to say Antoine Wells Jr. Again, it's hard to pick one, but at such a position of need, you've got Spencer Rattler. You think he's going to be one of the big targets for you. I'm really pumped to see Beal Smith, though. Again, I think he's going to be an awesome addition because here's the thing at the running back position. You lose Harris, you lose White, which was not unexpected. Kudos to those men. Best of luck in the league. You know what I mean? Best of luck in the league. But you return Juju Mcdowell, who we all like. He's a fantastic player. Do I see Juju, though, being a 20 to 25 carry a game guy? No. I think he's more of a utility guy. You know, use him in the passing game. I mean, obviously he can run the football, but he's not a workhorse, right? I don't think anybody views him that way. And then you have the curious case of Marshawn Lloyd. What is Marshawn Lloyd going to be for you, right? I'm not giving up on Marshawn Lloyd. I think Marshawn Lloyd still, you know, I think people don't give enough credit to the fact he was coming off the ACL, and it takes a while, you know, mentally especially, to trust the knee again and trust yourself. And you know, it takes a while to get back to your old self if you ever do. So, you know, the Beal Smith dude, man, I think you look at him. He led Wake Forest in rushing the last 2 seasons, a really good Wake Forest attack. The running back, like Savannah says, beat out Kenneth Walker. So this dude's talented. Good chance he's your starting running back day one. Caden Gibson, I think if we can beat Arkansas week 2, we are a top 15 team for Georgia. I think that might be a little aggressive. I don't know if we'll be top 15. We'll, without a doubt, be ranked, though. Will from Dirty Myrtle. What's up, Will? Appreciate you tuning in, my friend. Appreciate you tuning in. Very excited to be chatting with you all here on this Thursday. Again, game day for Gamecocks women's basketball. Dawn Staley and the crew. Taking on Texas A&M. I wish they had betting lines for women's basketball. I really do. I wish they had betting lines. I would love, I just love to go into games and see how much we're favored by, because we certainly would be. We certainly would be favored. I just love to see by how much. By the way, I'm going to give some kudos and major props and sort of a free plug, if you will, to our guy on Twitter SEC baseball, because he just dropped the graphic you have to have. He just dropped the graphic you have to have. I will without a doubt be printing one of these and giving my predictions, or writing in my predictions, I should say, as I do for football. So we know how we have helmet schedules in football, right? Our guy SEC Baseball on Twitter just dropped a hat schedule for all of the SEC series, start to finish, for every SEC team. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So dope. Just so dope. So dope. So I am very excited for baseball, if you can't tell. Cyrus Lowry, you're going to be in the building for the UConn game. That's the plan, I think. Hold on, what week is that? What week? When do they play? Let's see. Isn't that early February? Am I wrong? Oh, no. Actually, no, it's the 27th. So, guys, actually, you know what? Got some bad news. I will actually be in Tampa, Florida that week, so I will miss that game. I'll be darned. Just wanted to take one last vacation, one last vacay before baseball season hits. So I will not be in town for that. That's a shame. That is a shame. That's a big week, too, because women play at home Monday, Thursday, and the men play at home on Tuesday, I believe, or Wednesday, I think. So, but decided to pull the trigger. I will be in Tampa from January the 25th until the 29th that Saturday. So I will not be in Gainesville the 30th, Savannah. I will be going back to Columbia on the 29th. I want to get back in Columbia before, I know the game's on the road, but I want to watch the basketball game at the house. But, I got a friend that lives down in Tampa. And so I'm flying down there and going to be hanging out with them and just taking in the warm weather. And I had a flight credit to use too, and I was just like, you know what, it just makes sense. It just works out because, as you guys know, again, once we hit opening day, we're locked in. We're locked in. So I'm actually meeting with the Carolina Ale House folks as well tomorrow to determine watch parties for basketball, baseball, all that good stuff. So very excited to get those fired up. But again, guys, just saw the opportunity, was like, man. So I guess I'll miss the UConn game. I don't know. I guess I'll miss that UConn game. But certainly I'll be watching it. There's no doubt. I'll be watching that. But, yeah, anyways, that'll be a great game. You've already beat them once. So Todd Smith says, wife and I live in Missouri, and we can't wait to go to the Arkansas game in Fayetteville. It's a badass stadium, but it's not Williams-Brice. Yeah, I'd love to go to that. Bruce, I noticed on Gamecock Central 4, the portal players who were leaving us have not found a new home. Do they come back if they don't find a better situation? Do we want them back? Bruce, all due respect, the way we're flipping the linebacker room, I don't know that we want Rosendo Lewis back. I just, hey, they made the decision to go to the portal. Listen, I think if it makes sense, if there's still room, if Shane Beamer thinks they can help us, sure, bring them back. But I don't think you just bring them back out of, you couldn't find Smarts to play. Okay, well, come on back. That's your decision. When you go in the portal, that's on you. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that, hey, you got to do what's best for your situation, but then South Carolina's got to do what's best for their situation. It isn't just like, the door is just open for you. It's okay, we're moving on. We're adding other players, and we are not in need of your services anymore. So, your local sports talk, So would you have Bell at wide receiver or tight end? I would have him at wide receiver, but I'd play him all over. I'd put him at tight end. I'd put him at H-back. I'd put him in just positions where he can be a mismatch. But I think definitely sliding into wide receiver is the move. Twan Love Kicks, what's going on? Appreciate you. Savannah Webster says, running back was my biggest worry since we didn't sign one in this class. And like you said, Juju is a different type than we lost. Yeah, and I think Juju's going to have a huge impact for us as long as he can stay out of the freaking doghouse. But, you needed to add kind of that bell cow, that bruiser, if you will. So, Ron Irvin says Austin Stodner and Jaheim Bell lining up in 2 tight end sets is a scary thought. Yeah, again, I'm excited for our offense. I really am. I'm excited. Savannah, I will keep my eyes peeled for UConn. So Savannah, are you in Tampa? Because hey, if you guys are If you're doing a meetup in Tampa for the UConn game, I will gladly come out. I mean, I don't have like any set plans. I'm literally just coming down there to chill and take in. I've never been to Tampa, just coming to take in the city and go to the beach, and that's pretty much it. So Joe Anders says, what kind of season does Kingston need to have before podcasts start calling for his job? I don't know, man. I mean, Joe, I think that, listen, it really, again, depends on your expectations. You know, if you're setting expectations of us going to Omaha every single year, if you're one of those people that thinks, you know, it should be 20-10-12 every season, then, you know, if we go to the regionals and lose, then you're probably going to be calling for his job. You know, here's the thing. You start missing postseasons. That's certainly when the you know, the vitriol starts to come out. That's certainly when it starts to come out. So, but you know, somebody just texted in and said, what's up, Chris? I know this is a little early. What are your predictions for baseball season? Do you think we'll make it to the tournament? Absolutely. We're a tournament team. There's no question. There's no question in my mind. We are a tournament team. You know, again, I'm not ready to lock in anything beyond that, but we're definitely we're a postseason team. There's no question in my mind. We are a postseason team. William Korb says, would love to pick another wide receiver from the portal. Yeah, I would too. I'd love to just continue to pick up good players. Lance, what's going on, my guy? Bad day to be a Bush Latte. Always a bad day to be a Bush Latte around Lance. Jay Smith, what's going on? Travie, seems like every time Bell was in the backfield, good things happened. He's definitely a baller. I love Jaheim Bell. Incredible player. Savannah Webster, I don't have national championship aspirations, but is 101 our lowest odds in a long time? I'm sure it is. I mean, if you guys want to go throw 100 on it, be my guest, I will not be doing so. But no, they don't feel, those odds don't feel like outlandish, which is, you know, first time in a long time. So. Let's see. Savannah, last year stung a little because it was our own regional. Besides the hitting woes, I was satisfied. Expect hitting to improve. Yeah, I mean, it certainly stung. You know, you host a regional. You host a regional on your home field. You expect to win it. So, you know, you host a regional on your home field. You expect to win it. Yes, Cyrus, we were not productive enough at the plate last year. Our pitching was stellar. Our pitching was fantastic. We just were not productive enough at the plate. Bottom line, just were not productive enough. So I think they did a lot. To fix that, bringing in assistant coaches, bringing in new players, stuff like that. So, by the way, collegefootballnews.com ranked head coaches in bowl season. How good were the coaches in all 76 bowl games? Guess who was dead last? Mac Brown of North Carolina. Coming in at number 7, Shane Beamer. They say this wasn't just a bowl win. It was a massive statement made by Beamer and the program. This was supposed to be a bit of a lost year, and instead this victory made it a winning season with an emphatic, sharp performance on both sides of the ball. So our guy Shane Beamer checking in at number 7. How about that? Love to see that. And well-deserved. And very, very well-deserved, by the way. So, very well-deserved. Again, guys, do want to hear from you. Your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 843-790-3377. Let's see. Brendan, hopefully when we win more Friday night games this year. We're going to have to. I mean, we were, you think about it, man, how fortunate we were to have the record we had going 2-8 in those Friday night games. 2-8. So we were very fortunate to go 16-14 in league play. Yeah, and I think with Will Sanders on Friday nights, I think with the, being more focused around barrel control and station-to-station baseball and being productive, I think we will be better on Friday nights. I mean, you can't get worse, can you? I mean, technically you can, but I don't think you can get much worse. Your local sports talk. What do you think about Marcus Satterfield? Do you think he should have stayed? I got no problem with it. I got no issue with it. Like I told you guys many a time, it's funny. We haven't talked Marcus Satterfield in quite a while. It's been quite a while since we had Marcus Satterfield conversation or chatter. But, I just looked at it this way. Was Satterfield perfect in 2021? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, he wasn't. But I don't put all the offensive woes on him. I think play calling was a problem, but I also think personnel was an issue, guys. I mean, we were playing the season with a freaking graduate assistant and a guy who couldn't, a guy from freaking St. Francis. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the deck was stacked against us. And, I know people were, it's funny now, when you're in the heat of the moment, it's one thing. But to be able to take a step back after the season, after the dust has settled, the emotions have subsided, and to really look back, you know what I mean? Like really look back and be honest with yourself. Again, what we did with a grad assistant who, for all intensive purposes, came to South Carolina to hang up the cleats. And then a guy, Jason Brown, who, again, I know many of you touted as the second coming of Jesus Christ after the spring game. But dude was a FCS transfer that, just was what he was. And I got nothing but positive things to say about Jason Brown. Best of luck to him, but just call a spade a spade. And when you don't have that guy in your center and you're week to week just trying to figure out who's going to give you the best chance to win at that position, it's going to be tough sledding, man. It's just going to be tough sledding. So play calling wasn't great. Don't get me wrong. But, I think it was 50-50 on personnel and play calling. So I had no issues on Sat coming back. And, now he's got his quarterback. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse now. So, there's no excuse. So, but I got no issue with it. Travi, who will be our closer this year? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Travi, when we start talking position unit previews next week and we get into relievers, that's a huge question mark, man. I don't know. At this point, Travi, I cannot tell you for certain. That is setup man, eighth inning man, closer. Those are all roles that are going to have to be won in the preseason. I mean, and I know that may not be make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside to hear that answer, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. We don't know. Those on staff don't know. This is the time or the next few weeks or the next month where those roles are won. Those roles are earned, right? Those jobs are won. So somebody's going to have to take it. Let's see. Noah Johns, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. Says first week of second semester is a wrap. Congratulations. Old syllabus week. What a tough week that is. What a tough week. Syllabus week. Again, a slower Thursday, guys. A little bit of a slower Thursday here today in regards to just news. I mean, we're rocking and rolling. Content's bleeding out the eyeballs, but and a great podcast as well. Again, guys, as I rank and break down the 2022 schedule and rank the games from easiest to toughest. I saw somebody earlier comment I would put they would put Vandy as an easier game than Georgia State, and I get that, but I just struggle to put and say that Georgia State's tougher than an SEC game. I got a lot of respect for Sean Elliott. We all got love for Sean Elliott. That's all great and everything, but I mean, South Carolina should handle Georgia State in week one. They should. South Carolina should handle Georgia State. Come on. You know what I love, though, man? I just, again, we saw it going in the last season, and I think it's probably going to be a thing where it's every year. I just love seeing the Gamecock fans that have been, Gamecock fans for for so long have been beaten, battered, and bruised and disappointed beyond all belief. And, I mean, we come into a season opener against a non-conference team. It don't matter who we're playing. And fans will, I don't know, man. I think we could lose. Like, I mean, we were coming into EIU last year and fans were saying that. I'm like, guys, we're a 42.5-point favorite. Like, come on. Let's relax a little bit. But it is funny. All right, let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Robbie Davis, a.k.a. Kirk Herbstreit.
Robbie, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
I'm good. I got some analysis I want to give you. Is that okay? Some somewhat kind of sort of a little bit of baseball wisdom that I noticed last season.
Absolutely. Fire away with it.
What I noticed last season, now don't get me wrong, we played great, okay, during the season. Okay, don't get me wrong. But like you said, when Rick King said putting the bat on the ball and getting base hits, we did not do that very well. And one main thing that we struggled with was every time we had runners on, we did not get them in and score off of it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
We were not great with runners in scoring position. That is correct.
I cannot even – it is insane how many times I watched a game or how often I listened to a game, which is almost every weekend. And every single game we left runners on and did not capitalize off of it at all. So I was shocked that we had a winning record in conference play. To be honest with you, I was shocked because I thought to myself, I said, "Self, if we could just capitalize with runners on, we wouldn't be 16-14. We'd probably have a much better record in conference play if we would just capitalize off of having runners in scoring position." And I think that Kingston and the coaching staff will get it fixed. I really do believe that. And I feel like most Carolina fans, including myself, I feel like we got spoiled winning back-to-back national titles in baseball. Was it great? Yes. I can at least say, at least in my lifetime, I have watched the baseball team win 2 national titles, and I've watched the women's basketball team win a national title. So at least I can say I've watched that happen before. Mm-hmm. And I think that, like, would I love to see us make it to Omaha this year? Yes, I would. I would love it. But like you've said before, everybody's trying to do the same exact thing. Correct? Mm-hmm. Same with recruiting. Everybody's trying to get the same guys or girls, if it's women's basketball, same guys or girls that you're trying to get.
Yeah, I mean, I try to remind people that in football too, man, everybody's trying to win. So everyone wants to win. Yeah, nobody straps it up
yesterday,
if they don't want to win.
Fun. Winning is fun.
Confirmed, winning is fun. Per sources, winning is very fun.
Losing sucks, especially losing to teams that you shouldn't lose to. That sucks.
Per sources, losing does suck.
It really does. It sucks. I honestly, I would going to the. I'm switching to football now. I'm sorry to be bouncing around on you on this.
You're good.
But I'm expecting us whenever we play Georgia State in September. Okay, I'm expecting that game to basically be over by halftime. Does that make sense?
That does make sense, yes. Calling your shot. I like it.
I'm expecting us to be up by 30 or 40 by halftime. Okay? And am I saying it's going to happen? It might. You don't know. I mean, I hate to beat a dead horse, but when we played the Citadel, was I expecting us to beat the crap out of Citadel? Yes, I was. But did I know in the back of my mind that we don't play well against teams that run the triple option? Yes, I knew that in the back of my mind. And I also knew in the back of my mind, if we don't get their offense off the field and basically put this game away to the point to where them running the triple option ain't going to help them for Italy, then we're going to have some issues all day long. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. We let them stay in the game, and they ran it all over us, and they wound up beating us.
Well, the good news is Georgia State doesn't run the triple option.
Thank God. Hallelujah. And I just, like I've said before, I just want to see us like get better. Like whenever we start like the weightlifting and all the other mess they got to do to get ready for the season, I just want to see us gradually get better and not go backwards. Because I feel like with Muschamp, we went backwards a lot.
Right. No, we did. We one step forward, two steps back.
And you cannot do that, man. You cannot do that, especially in sports. Take one step forward and then two steps back. You can't do that. You either got to move forward. You either move forward or you don't move at all. And I think that for the baseball season, I think Kingston will have the boys ready. I definitely know Scott Wingo will have the guys ready.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because Wingo knows what it takes to win a natty. You've got two of them, for God's sake.
That's a fact.
Okay?
Fact.
So I guarantee you, he will drill it into their heads. I know what it takes to get one of these, and he'll show them a ring.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you do exactly as I tell you, with no rebuttal. I promise you, you will be in the conversation for getting one of these. And like I've said, I'm ready. I'm so ready for baseball season. I'm excited. I think that we'll have a decent shot at winning a lot of games. I'm going to have to watch a few games to tell you exactly how many I think we'll actually win. Mm-hmm. But I do think we will definitely be a contender this year, especially if our pitching staff doesn't have a drop off, or at least a drastic drop off. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, for sure. I think, again, I'm going to save my actual predictions for, a little couple weeks, but yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think we'll swing it better. I think we've got the arms. It's just guys coming into their own and establishing themselves in roles and pitching with confidence. And we got all the talent in the world. So, I think that, it's tough to make, it's tough to make baseball predictions because unless you're a Vandy, Mississippi State, where they are right now, unless you were South Carolina in 2011, where it's like they're just a no-brainer like College World Series team. It's tough because a lot of it in the postseason comes down to, do you host? If you don't host, where do you go? Mm-hmm. Who's in your regional? What's the matchup? So, I think South Carolina, again, just a blanket kind of generic statement on this upcoming season. I think that, I think we will be a tournament team. And from there, we'll see. We'll see. But, no, I think we'll be a quality club again. Yeah. Again, I think that's what people don't understand with what Ray Tanner was doing before 2010. Believe it or not, there were people after 2009 that thought Ray Tanner had lost it. They thought Ray Tanner needed to be let go. But all you can do in baseball, man, is assemble a team
that
where
school in the upstate thought the same thing about Sweeney. Now look at him.
Right. And all you can do in baseball is assemble a ball club, man, that's good enough to get you to the postseason year after year after year and giving yourself a chance to compete for the ultimate prize. As long as you're doing that, you obviously at South Carolina, you want to be hosting regionals. You want to be hosting them more often than not. So I think hosting a regional is important this year, getting to that point where you are indeed hosting and not like last year where, you sort of backed your way into hosting. Let's just call it for what it is. You did. You probably shouldn't have been.
Right.
I mean, I think you should have been a host. Yeah, I think you should have been a host either way. But either way, I think getting to, hosting your own regional, getting to a super, I think that'd be a good year. And beyond that, who knows? But yeah, go ahead.
All right. I got two more things for you, and then I'll hang up. All right. One, my prediction for tonight's game against Texas A&M is 85-70. 85-75. Scratch that. 85-75. We're gonna win by 10. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then also, shout out to my mama, Tina Michelle Smith. Shout out to my mama.
Shout out. Shout out to your mama, indeed.
All right, man. You have a good rest of your day, okay?
You too, Robbie. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Shout out to Robbie's mama, and I don't know why. So that's the beauty of that call. I thought we were going to get some context of, okay, why, but just shout out. Just purely shout out. That's fine. I was kind of waiting and shout out to Robbie's mama. No doubt. No doubt. Sorry, I missed some messages to relate to Robbie. I apologize. Y'all, trust me, I know for a fact y'all have his information. Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. How about that? Matt Bruno asked, Chris, what day or days are you planning on hosting tailgates for baseball? Nothing is confirmed yet. But I'm definitely looking at the Friday night Clemson game, maybe even Saturday since that game is at Segra in Columbia. And then the Saturday Texas game, I'd like to throw in for that as well. Definitely. I mean, I think throwing a tailgate for every Saturday like SEC series would be incredible. So again, we'll figure that out as we go. A lot of it, I don't know how the parking's working out. Because they've paid, which is so stupid. They graveled the lot next to the baseball stadium, and I get parking at USC sucks, but come on, man. Where are you supposed to tailgate? Literally, where are you supposed to tailgate? Where are the Rowdy Roosters supposed to tailgate? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Mommy, sorry. Guys, we're going to, let's see. Let's see. Robbie Davis just texted me. Chris, I know I just called in, but my stepdad just messaged me. He wanted me to tell you that he's a season ticket holder for football. My mom is a huge fan. Go Cox. Shout out to Robbie's mom and stepdad. Indeed. One thing before we jump into our first break, because I see Matt Bruno commenting. You will know if we are a tournament team after the Texas and Vanderbilt series. You need to be able to compete against those teams and not get your shit kicked in. And Matt, I don't totally disagree, but I also think it is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not wise to put all your stock of a baseball season in one or two series. Look at last year, Matt. We got swept by Texas and won 1 of 3 at Vandy. Still went 16-14 in conference play and still were a postseason team. So, I mean, yes, at home, you'd like to get revenge on both Texas and Vandy. You would. And I think that would say a lot to the quality of your ball club. But, excuse me, you can't hitch your wagon to the result of 1 or 2 series. It's just, it's such a long season. So much can happen. Teams can get hot. You know what I mean? But I do agree with you. Those are huge series. I mean, Those 2 weekends, Clemson, Texas, back-to-back, that's huge in non-conference. You're really going to find, okay, here's where we are. And things get very, very real very fast in SEC play for you because you start out Tennessee on the road in Knoxville. Tennessee and Knoxville might be going to that one. Vandy at home. So those back-to-back, just those back-to-back to start are, those are big-time weekends. So you'll find out a lot quickly, man. But it's the SEC grind, man. You got to love it. SEC grind. SEC grind. Phil Harris fired up over Phil Harris chilling. Love that. All right, guys. Hey, we're going to jump in our first break. We're having a lot of fun here on a Thursday, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. I want to continue to hear from you, more of your questions, your comments, and your calls on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. A-Rod says in the chat, at PDOT, do you think I get to play this at CWP tonight? Two things. A-Rod's got to own stock in CWP by this point, just like I think PDOT probably owns stock in Lucky's. The other thing, never been a fan of paying covers. A-Rod must be raking it in because that's a lot of coverage you'd be paying to get into CWP. Unless, I don't know, maybe they don't have covers on a Thursday. I have no idea. I ain't been to CWP in like a year. So, by the way, as you all know, very, very, very excited for baseball season. And with baseball season comes new merch. So I want to show you guys this really quickly. Something I think you all will be very excited about. I actually just posted it in the Big Cock Club Discord. But I want to sort of start to get the buzz going. My guy just sent over these graphics last night. Absolutely love how they turned out. And if you guys don't understand the context, I will explain it to you. Here we go. I will explain it to you. So last year, you know, we had students that, the Rowdy Rooster thing became a thing, right? And we had our Rowdy Rooster tailgate, if you will. And if you might recall from Behind the Beak, heckle juice became a phrase we used rather frequently. Heckle juice. And if you don't know what heckle juice is, if you need me to explain, it is, we were obviously, Founders Park, the Rowdy Roosters. We were doing our fair share of heckling last year, and that will certainly return in greater and grander fashion this year with the Rowdy Roosters. The Rowdy Roosters are back, by the way. I refuse to call Founders Park the cockpit. Like, you can literally kiss my ass. Nobody in their right mind is calling Founders Park, the student section, the cockpit. That is an insult. No, sir. No, thanks. Nobody's calling it that. So, anyways, Rowdy Roosters are back. But heckle juice is a phrase used, and it's the official drink of the Rowdy Roosters and the hecklers at Founders Park, right? Your favorite cold beverage, whether that be a brewski, a seltzer, liquor. Maybe it's not an alcoholic beverage. Whatever it takes you, though, to get rowdy and turn up and give the opposing team hell. So, it's only appropriate that heckle juice merch. Rowdy Rooster merch already exists. Heckle juice merch. Okay, let me show you guys the first one. Boom. Let's freaking go. And before you say it, I'm way ahead of you. This on a koozie will be happening in both garnet and black. So we've got that one, and then we've got another one that's that exact thing, just without the text on the top and bottom. Without the text on the top and bottom. So, and you guys can tell me, I'm going to put out both options for these. I guess we can take a vote which one you guys like more. Let's see. Here, we got this one too. So if you like the one with the text, without the text, whatever. But there you go, heckle juice. That'll be on a koozie. But I also want to put that on a T-shirt. I want to put that maybe even on a hat. I think that'd look dope on a hat, personally. I think it'd look cool on a hat. Why not? It would go with all our baseball stuff, right? And I might even rebrand. Actually, I don't know. I like the Rowdy Roosters merch. I like the text. I like all that. So that's coming out. I'm going to really start pushing baseball merch next week. Because, again, next week, we will be a month from opening day. So, again, with the text looks better. I think some will like it with, some will like it without. I'll have both options, Courtney. That's the beautiful thing. But I will start pushing the baseball merch next week. Okay? The baseball merch next week. Because we're going to be 1 month from opening day. And I want to make sure people have time to order. I got to get the koozies ordered. Make sure people have time to order and, get that in by opening day. Get that in by, I'm going to get more Clem Suck stickers made for the Carolina Clemson baseball series because that's going to come up very soon. So yeah, anyways, really excited about the new merch, guys. Again, I really truly do appreciate y'all the continued love and support, man. It's absolutely incredible. I think Heckle Juice koozies are like a no-brainer. I think, I mean, that just only makes sense. You know what I mean? That only makes sense. So very excited for that, man. And I obviously I love baseball. I love making merch. So it's again, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So appreciate y'all. You think Founders Park would send a cease and desist? I didn't think that was a big deal. I didn't think putting Founders Park on there. I mean, do they have merch branded to Founders Park? I mean, see, I'm genuinely asking. I don't know. I mean, I would I didn't think anything of it, to be honest with you. So maybe I mean, if we need to make an adjustment or not put text, then or just put bottom text. I love the official drink of the Rowdy Roosters. I love that. But James, I can't risk it. We'll order right away. I really don't think like USC or anybody will. You know what I mean? I don't think they'd say anything, bro. I don't think that's that. There's so much more stuff they let slide. There's so many things they've got to worry about. Phil says, do you think the official announcement of the cockpit across all sports was a direct slight to you and the Rowdy Roosters? I don't think so, Phil. I don't like to think it was. I don't think so, though. I think that, maybe the school did see what we were doing, though, and think, hey, like, we need to brand our student section. Like, obviously, TSUS has had a lot of success in branding the student section in baseball. Let's do that across all sports. Here's the funny thing, Phil. Here's the funny thing. I did not start the Rowdy Roosters for any type of personal gain. I didn't. I did not start the Rowdy Roosters for any type of personal gain. I really just started it because it was early in the baseball season, and I saw, of course, last year was COVID, but I saw what Tennessee was doing with the legends of Lindsey Nelson, and they were promoting their student section, and they were causing hell for opposing teams and whatever. And I had heard stories of the the third base, world famous third base hecklers at Sarge Fry. And even though Clemson fans tried to get me canceled, and some Gamecock fans, by the way, tried to get me canceled 2 years ago for encouraging making Founders Park an intimidating place to play, heckling and trash talk has a very, very big role and a big place in a game of baseball and the culture of it. So I was like, we need a nickname. Like our student section, our fan base, those who show up to Founders Park, we need some sort of rallying cry nickname, if you will. So, we just ran polls of what should we call it? Should we bring back third base hecklers? Should we do Founders Park Fanatics? Should we do, and Rowdy Roosters was one of the names. And it won in a landslide. It was by far the most popular choice. So, and it was very cool. It was very cool. It's been very cool to make merch around it. And my guy Birch Antley shouted out the Rowdy Roosters and me specifically by name a couple of times last year and was really, really cool. I mean, it was really, really cool. But again, I didn't make it, like I don't have the LLC or anything for Rowdy Roosters. I don't own the Rowdy Roosters. Maybe I should, but maybe I should. I don't know. But, God, I mean, USC could have used it. They could have, if they'd approached me and just like, hey, man, we want to call the student section Rowdy Roosters. Can we just have it? I'd be like, yeah, sure. And I mean, I hate to make it a thing where I'm going to LLC Rowdy Roosters and go against the school. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. But calling the student section at baseball games the cockpit, I mean, I don't love the name anyways because the cockpit is a place. The cockpit is not the students. The cockpit is we call Willie B the cockpit as a nickname. Nobody has ever called the student section that I know of the cockpit. I've never heard that. I've never heard that. So, I mean, I don't hate it, obviously. It is what it is. Whatever it takes to get people in the stadium and fired up. But Rowdy Roosters is returning for baseball, bro. I just don't, there's no question. Rowdy Roosters is returning for baseball. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And we're also on the Rowdy Roosters are on Twitter. So, anyways. The Rowdy Roosters Twitter account will be very active. I can tell you that during the season. By the way, somebody asking about, I see in a chat here, John Gibbs, make a 4x6 flag that says Rowdy Roosters and I'll buy it, and on game day we'll fly that shit down the third base line. You're not established to have a flag. John, I'll make it right now. Is 3x5 okay? Would you mind it being 3x5 and being white? Because if you can, I can make it in the next 5 minutes. I actually need to get one for me as well, so I need to get on that today. Good point. Thank you for bringing that up, John Gibbs. I mean, I'll make it in the next break. I've been putting it off, need to do it. Brian Dean, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in, my friend. Hope you feel better. Rebecca Sanders, what's going on? Let's see. Caleb Walters comments, Cox suck dids. Caleb, if you're trying to say sucks dick, just type it out. Or unless you're just that stupid, you don't know how to spell anything. So, Heath Hagler says, the hat is fire, Chris, off topic with the recent additions to the portal. Where do you think our biggest holes are in the roster? I mean, I still think we need more help at receiver. Still need help at linebacker. We could use more guys on the defensive front. And then, of course, offensive line is going to be the biggest question going into next season, because you're adding all these pieces, right? But you're adding all these pieces. Can you block for them? I mean, that's the biggest thing. Can you block for them? So, again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. I do want to continue to hear from you. Again, your questions, comments, and calls as well. Let's see. I'm literally making this flag as we speak. Just figure why not? Because I need one too. Man. For real. Where is... Yeah, we've still got all the cool baseball merch too, man. The Kiss the Rings merch and all that good stuff. So, great day to have a day here on the Spurs Up Show. Great day to have a day. Mm-hmm. I'm literally making this flag right now because John Gibbs said so and because I have the time to do it. Here we go. All righty. Probably could have just done this over the break, but whatever. Anyways, 3x5 is good. It would be cool as hell if Kingston such a lot of flagpole to be built on the third base line. And Chris, you got to raise that shit before every game. Well, I don't know if they want to get me that involved, my guy. I mean, I'd love to do it. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to do it. Do they want to get me that involved? I have no idea. So I'd love to do it, though. I would absolutely love to do it. Okay, that flag should be available in the store, John, in the next, 2 minutes. Literally uploading it right now. Heath Hagler says, do you think the O-line struggles were due to lack of talent or the quarterback's not getting the right calls in their scheme? What was your opinion on it? I think all the above, Heath. because I think we've got some solid players. I'm not saying we got any All-Americans on our offensive line, but we got good enough. We got better players than what we showed. I refuse to believe that we don't. You know, I refuse to believe that we don't. So we've got better players, in my opinion, than we showed. No question. No question. And John, ask and ye shall receive, my friend. Y'all folks tell me you folks tell me how you like this. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Bam. There's your Rowdy Roosters flag. How is that? How do we like that, John and all of the parties involved? I will be flying one of these for sure. I will have the TSUS flag and the Rowdy Roosters flag, maybe even the Big Cock Club flag to go along with it. What do you guys think? This is available in the store now. You can get this on the store now. Literally go to the homepage. Boom, there it is. There's your Rowdy Roosters flag. There you go. So, just like I told you, I make it in 2 seconds. Rowdy Roosters, available now. Go check it out. tsus.store. That is tsus.store. I'll even drop the link. In here. John here. Okay, so I can get it made in garnet or black if you'd like. I can get it made in garnet or black. My vendor on my store is offering white flags. But if you go to the flags tab on the homepage, you'll see I can get custom flags made. So literally any logo we have in any color, you can get it. So if you want to order that, you're more than welcome to. But white flags, I can get through my vendor. So I need to get a Beamer ball flag made too. So I got a lot of flags I need to get made. I've got the Beamer Rattler flag on the way. So anyways, guys, let's see. Christian Carver, which quarterback could you see more likely to transfer? Doty or Gauthier? I think definitely Gauthier. Doty can help us. Doty can help us still. I don't see where Gauthier fits in. Leonard Matthews, thank you so much for the love on the merch, man. I truly do love making the merch. I do. Matt Johnson says off topic, but Jalen Moody's in the portal, a linebacker at Bama that's from right here in Conway. He's a baller, could start instantly. Just didn't get the PT. We need to grab him. Dude, I'd love it. I'd be game. I'd absolutely love it. I would absolutely love it. Hunter Herlong, you should look into getting custom towels for Sandstorm. Yeah, can you imagine Beamer ball towels? I think certainly that could be a reality next year. Ryan Cawthon says some of these people on message boards saying Doty will beat out Rattler delusional. Are there really people saying that? I'm not on the message boards, my guy, so I haven't seen that. But yeah, that is without a doubt wishful thinking. That's without a doubt wishful thinking, folks. Yeah, it's Spencer Rattler's job. Spencer Rattler's QB1. There is no question. So. Again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. Still podcast did drop this morning, and a great show it is, ranking the 2022 football schedule in regards to degree of difficulty in the Gamecocks' opponents that they will face this fall. Also, a Big Cock Club exclusive interview with former Gamecocks kicker, Parker White, and the all-time points leader. Guys, go to bigcockclub.com, patreon.com/bigcockclub, or go to the link in our social media bios or link in social media, whatever. Click that link. You'll see the link for the Big Cock Club. Guys, we're going to jump into a quick break. Appreciate you all tuning in. I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, your comments, your calls on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Rebecca says, I just got up and I'm drinking my sweet tea. So seeing Clemson fans start their crap is not a good idea. Rebecca has spoken. So I think you'd be best served to not start some crap if you're a Clem Sucks fan in the chat. So by the way, I want to remind you guys, tomorrow, if you're looking to get tickets for the Seager Park Game 2 South Carolina Clemson Baseball Series, those actually go on sale tomorrow on the Firefly's website. So be sure to get your tickets. Be sure to get your tickets. For sure. Let's see. Brian Dean says, I think Frank Martin is doing about as well as anyone could do with this team. We're 10-5, despite the turnovers, the poor foul shooting, etc. Frank Martin has done something no other USC men's basketball coach has never done. That is lead USC to the Final Four. Frank McGuire, as great as he was, could never advance past the first round of the NCAA tournament. Brian, how long are we going to cling to the Final Four, man? I don't dislike Martin, but I'm asking you, how long? How long can you cling to that? Are we going to be 10 years from now still talking about the Final Four in 2017? I mean, you got to do something else, bro. Anybody else tired of watching 2017 highlights? I am. I mean, don't forget it happened, but don't dwell on it either. Past is the past. Past doesn't matter anymore. Brandon Watts says she's full of sugar and ready to attack. Yeah. Do not mess with Rebecca. She will get that ass. She'll get you. She will get you. Again, guys, like I said, very excited for next week. By the way, in case you missed it, Florida lost last night. We're going to talk about this a lot more, I'm sure, tomorrow, but we can talk about it today as well. But Florida lost last night, okay? And I don't think the game was very close. I don't think the game – let's take a look here. Let's see. Florida basketball. They lost, 64-58 to LSU. Florida, in case you missed it, is 0-3. 0-3 in SEC play. This is a big one. This is a big one Saturday, man. This is a big one. Huge, huge game on Saturday. Huge game. Yeah, I mean, it just – I hate to call it like, oh, it's a must-win, but, ooh, you need it. You need it bad, man. You need it bad. You need it bad, no doubt. John Gibbs says, we'll purchase that flag after work this afternoon. Appreciate you, John. Thank you. Cheers to John. Great stuff. Brandon Watt said, that's like talking about 09-13 with Spurrier. You got to let it go. Again, don't forget that it happened. Don't forget that it happened, but it's like, you know, it's like going on a date with somebody that won't stop talking about their ex they broke up with 3 years ago. Like, who cares? Who cares? Move on. Move on. Move on. Christian Carver says, Florida's the same 0-3 team in conference play that lost to Texas Southern on their home floor. Nothing against Texas Southern. No, everything against Texas Southern. That was a terrible loss. Florida was like 26-point favorites and lost that game. It's just a game, simply put, man, that South Carolina's got to have. Because what worries you is as the losses pile up, the noise and the chatter around Frank Martin's going to get louder and louder and louder and louder. Brian E says, Chris, in early preseason football, we're ranked 22nd to 25th. Yeah, I've seen that. You love it. I love the preseason hype, man. It's fun to have expectations again. It really is. It's fun to have expectations again. So, Twan Love Kicks predicts that Florida will get that first SEC win. And again, I tell you what, Twan, I don't know when the breaking point will be, but there will come a breaking point where, again, I don't think if South Carolina is to change directions, again, it's not because Frank Martin doesn't know basketball. It's not because Frank Martin isn't a good person or isn't liked by his players. That's not why. Guys, that's not why. If Frank Martin is let go, it's a business decision. And I think the driving force behind it will be this. South Carolina can't sell tickets. South Carolina can't get people into the stadium to watch this team. South Carolina fans are just not fired up about basketball anymore. Am I wrong? And again, I know I riled folks up on social media yesterday with the Frank Martin just daring home in the Final Four. Changed my mind. Are they different people? Yes, I get it. The point is this, though. Outside of the Final Four, Frank Martin's tenure has been the same as Darren Horn's. They both accomplished the same thing, which is nothing. Sorry, which is nothing. I don't dislike Frank Martin at all. I'm just tired of not being excited even for basketball. Like we literally said it last night at Tin Roof. You guys give me your feedback on this. We said it last night at Tin Roof. South Carolina men's basketball has gotten to the point where it's just become that thing to fill up the space between January 1st and opening day. Beyond that, that's all it is. That's all it is right now. And I don't like that. If I'm going to watch every game, I'd like to see an interesting, entertaining product. I would. You know what I mean? Like, watching good basketball is fun. It's fun. Being able to look forward to March Madness is fun. And hey, we're only 3 SEC games in, but I'm just talking for as a whole, as a 10-year whole. Like, again, that's Frank's biggest problem. And I have a lot of sympathy for Frank Martin because, again, if you talk to Frank Martin, he'll bring up the 10-year record. He'll bring up the SEC record. He'll bring up this, that, the Final Four, whatever. But again, his greatest problem all fans care about is the NCAA tournament. Nobody cares how many SEC games you win. I don't. Doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The only reason we watch college basketball is for the tournament. That's it. That's really it. I mean, that's all it really comes down to. Anyways, I don't know. Again, there's a lot of season left. I'm not on the fire Frank Martin train by any means yet. I'm not. And again, even if it gets to the point this season where, hey, it's time. It's time. It's run its course. Even if it gets to that point, it won't be with vitriol. It won't be with distaste for Frank as a person. It'll just be, hey, man, thank you for what you did. Thank you for elevating us to this next level, if you will. But I want to be excited for game day again. I really want to be like truly fired up for basketball season. You know? And fired up in the regards of, hey, I think this season could be something for us. So, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not throwing in the towel right now. I mean, you never know. You know, you never know what could happen. I mean, again, we got a lot of ball left. But as I said it before the season, if you miss the tournament, you got to really have you really got to look yourself in the mirror and have a very honest conversation about the basketball program and where you're going and, what you're going to do moving forward. So, anyways, guys, I do want to hear from you. 843-790-337. Tell me, yeah, Brandon Watts, we talked about that earlier. Jalen Moody hitting the portal. Why not pick him up? Guy from Conway would be huge. That'd be huge. I'd love to see it. And again, as I've told you guys yesterday, I like this team. I do like this team. I do like this team. I think this team has a lot of potential. I like the shooters on this team. And again, it's not a death sentence to go lose to Tennessee, even as ugly as it was. It's not a death sentence. You were a 15.5-point underdog, but you better win Saturday, man. On your home floor against an 0-3 Gator squad, you better win Saturday. You better win Saturday. So, again, guys, it is game day for Dawn Staley's squad as the women take on Texas A&M tonight. 7 o'clock tip on SEC Network. Yours truly will be in the building. Looking forward to that. Very excited. Very excited to get to CLA and watch the women put on a damn show. I'm sure it will be a very fun game. A very, very fun game. So, looking forward to it. Very much so looking forward to it. Again, guys, in case you missed it, Rowdy Rooster flags are officially out. We've got tons of baseball merch and more on the way. Looking forward to starting to really push that early next week. Of course, a month from opening day is Tuesday. And, thankfully it's warmed up in the city a little bit. It's high of 60 today. High of 60. Your guy just got some fresh lettuce today. Got a little cut today. So we're feeling good, man. We're feeling good. We're primed for a great weekend. Sunday is going to be crappy, but outside of that, we're primed for a great weekend. I know Phil's up there in New Hampshire, freezing his butt off. Brian Lattimore, what's going on? All good, man. All good. More of a kind of a casual Thursday, if you will, just hanging out. Yeah, again, man. I don't dislike Frank, man. I met Frank over the summer. I thought he was a cool dude. I mean, I think he's a very wise basketball coach. He knows basketball, of course. We all want to see Frank succeed. It just gets to a point where, again, in year 10, you don't make the tournament this year. It's just like, is this the best thing for you? Is this the best thing for us? Has this run its course? I mean, because even if Frank's got a plan, dude, even if those up top believe in the plan, like it's just, your fan base is just kind of done. Like I feel like your fan base is just kind of done. Your fan base, again, I don't believe in changing for the sake of changing, but sometimes you just got to get some new blood in. Sometimes you just got to switch stuff up. Sometimes you just have to, man. Sometimes you just got to. So, and when that time inevitably comes, it will be somewhat of a sad day. And it'll be a day of reflection and thank you to Frank Martin for, I would say getting South Carolina basketball to respectability, but I think Gamecock fans were just hungry, man. The Final Four run, we're just hungry. We're hungry to be good again, and I'm not saying good like elite, but just getting into the tournament. You get a taste of it and go to the Final Four. You want to go back. You want to go back to the tournament. So, hell, go win an NIT. That'd be great. Shit, I'd love that. Go win a freaking NIT. So, fans want to go to a postseason, man. It's just fans want to participate in postseason play. I don't blame them. Brian Dean, spring football practice around the corner. It is, man. Gamecocks announcing yesterday, March 15th. March 15th is when spring ball will begin. April 16th being the spring game. April 16th being the spring game. So, excited for that for sure. Excited for that for sure. Always a good time. Always fun when you got baseball going on, spring football, basketball. Everything's just overlapping. Content leading out the eyeballs is a blast. It's an absolute blast. Brian Dean, Rattler to Wells. Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. Andrew Murphy, who's your breakout pitcher? Who's your breakout hitter? Breakout pitcher. I mean, he's already sort of a known, but I think Will Sanders is going to be a beast this year. A beast. I think Will Sanders is going to be one of the best Friday night guys in the SEC, one of the best in the country. Breakout hitter, I think Brant Belk, man, the Missouri transfer. I think he's going to be a stud for us. Absolutely. I think he's going to be a huge piece for us. Oh, Luke RJ, the lines are not released until the day of the game. So I will wake up on Saturday morning. And post that line for you, but that will not be released until the day of the game. So let's see. Yep. That line will not be out till the day of the game. And guys, we're taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. More of a kind of a calm day on the phone line. Only Robbie Davis brave enough to call in today, I guess. Matt Sellers says, with Stone Blanton early enrollee, is he playing baseball? So, yeah, he decided he's going to play his senior year of baseball in high school, which I think is very smart. I think it's very smart, actually. He will be on campus over the summer. So, and again, yeah, I think that's very smart. He's playing his senior year of baseball. Missouri just fired their head coach. Really? I didn't see that. Andrew Murphy, what about your favorite memory from last baseball season? I tell you, I think the one that people somehow forget, man. I mean, the 2 walk-offs against Clemson. God, what back-to-back nights those were, man. What back-to-back nights. I mean, Saturday in Greenville, walking them off there, a place you had struggled mightily to win. And then, dude, I'll tell you what, that Sunday game against Clemson, at Founders Park, that was as intense a regular season baseball game I've ever been to. I mean, that had the feeling of like a super regional, like truly. And I think one of the reasons it was so intense for yours truly, after the hell I went through in 2020, I don't know if you guys recall that, but after the hell that I went through in 2020 from Clemson fans and even Gamecock fans, and South Carolina Falls in that series dropping 2-3. After the hell I went through to get the walk-off and to clinch that series, God, that was sweet. I mean, that was so sweet. So sweet. So that Sunday game, man, against Clemson, that takes a cake. I mean, it really does. I'm not seeing. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm seeing it now. Yep. Missouri has let go of head basketball coach Quanzo Martin. Mm-hmm. Yep. some news that comes from some news guy in Knoxville, Tennessee. Unless this is a freaking troll account. Unless it's a funny account. Luke RJ, what's up with the whiteboard today? Can you talk about that? Yeah, so it's a TikTok trend, Luke. It's just a funny TikTok trend. John Gibbs, you going up there this year for Game 3. So, John, here's the plan for that. And I'll just call a spade and just tell you how it is. As long as we're not down 0-2, I will go. Which I don't think we're going to be down 0-2. But if we're down 0-2, I'm not going up there just to try to see us salvage one game. As long as the series is tied or we're up, yes, I will go. Yes. So the plan will be to go. Yes. The plan will be to go. But again, I am meeting with Carolina Ale House tomorrow. Again, we're continuing our partnership in regards to throwing these watch parties and stuff like that. So who knows? Maybe they'll want to do a watch party in Greenville for that game. Maybe they'll want to do, who knows? You know what I mean? So going to be a lot of fun. But no, the plan right now is to go to that one. Yeah, Paul Jones, Tennessee game 2. Yeah, that was a fun series too, man. I know we didn't win the series, but Tennessee was a fun weekend. Arkansas was a fun weekend. You guys remember that doubleheader on that Friday was incredible. That doubleheader on that Friday against Arkansas, because we had bad weather on Saturday. That was the weekend of the spring game, and they had to move it to Sunday, because the weather on Saturday was so bad. That Friday was just that. Again, that's what I love about baseball. And baseball season is like waking up on a Tuesday and having an excuse to go to the ballpark. Like, what a day. Like, just awesome, man. It's just awesome. Waking up on a Friday, like the start of, it's incredible. I love it. I love it, man. Spending the entire weekend at the ball field, such a blast. Such a blast. Such a blast. So there will be more great memories made this season, folks. I can assure you that. Brian Dean says, Chris, are you a big NFL guy? I'm honestly not. I'm not diehard about any team. I'm really not a big NFL guy. I lived in Charlotte for 4 years. I kind of cling to the Panthers when I moved there. I moved there August of 15, and that was the season they go 15-1 and win the Super Bowl. And my dad's a Dolphins fan. I mean, I wouldn't call him diehard either. He watches them, he pulls for me. Whatever. He's a Dolphins fan, and I'm all Gamecocks, man. I haven't really clung to an NFL team, if you will. But and I honestly don't even watch a lot of NFL football. I just stay so busy with the business and doing that. So again, guys, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. Let's see. James Kittle, I don't have emotion left on Sundays. Exactly, James. It's like, I'm like, how do people do that back-to-back days? Like, exhaust that level of intensity. And that level of drinking, by the way. Like, how do people wake up on a Sunday and be like, I want to do that again? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Carolina, we go all out. And honestly, guys, that's one of the things I do love about baseball season 2 is the low-key nature. I love how it's low-key. It's not nearly too, it's just not. Football is a grind in many different ways, and that's certainly one of them, right? Football is a grind in the, 7 o'clock game. You're out there starting to tailgate at noon, 11 a.m., right? Baseball, it's a little bit more low-key, which I appreciate. It's nice. Guys, we're going to take one final break here on this Thursday, but again, I do want to continue to hear from you. 843-790-3377. You can call that number, text that number, whatever you like. Guys, more of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Side note, because John Gibbs asked me if I'm going to Game 3 for the County Clemson series. John, who on here goes to the baseball games? Who on here goes to baseball? SEC Football Tube says, do you think this team can reach the Supers? Yeah, I think so. Do they have that potential? Yeah, I mean, you got to answer questions just like everybody else. But, you get the pitching rolling. You get your pitching figured out in the back end. I think you will have the sticks this year. I think you're going to be much more productive at the plate. You may not hit as many homers. I don't think you will, certainly. You lost some of those big bashers, but I think you're going to be much more productive, actually. I think the barrel control is going to be better. The productivity is going to be better, more station to station. And I think that's going to spell success for you. So listen, I think Supers is definitely a possibility. We all know when you get to the postseason, man, it all comes down to having great pitching, having timely hitting, fantastic defense. That's what it sounds simple, but that's what it will come down to in the postseason. That is certainly what it'll come down to in the postseason. SC Football 2, we're going to win the series against Clem Sucks again this season. Early prediction. I'll just say this. I think we got a really good shot. I think we got a really, really good shot. So I don't, from everything I've heard, I don't think Clemson's going to be all that great this year. So I think I got to say that I think Monty Lee's days are probably limited when it comes to his time in the upstate being their head baseball coach. John Gibbs says, I try to go as many as possible, always 2 of 3 for the Clemson weekend. So, John, I'm assuming you don't go up there. I'll tell you what, man. I've gone up there. I went up there in 19 and 20. And 20, we lost to them in a Game 3. I'll tell you what, man. 19, beating them on that Friday night, that was incredible, dude. Being up there and beating them was so awesome. So awesome. You might recall that was the Logan Davidson culture weekend where he talked about their culture was better than ours or something ridiculous. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, got about 12 minutes or so. Check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 576, and a damn good one at that, ranking the Gamecocks' 2022 football opponents from the easiest to most difficult game on the schedule. Also, we got a fantastic Big Cock Club exclusive conversation that is on the Big Cock Club via our Patreon, patreon.com/Big Cock Club, or go to the link in our social media bio, any of our social media channels. Click that link and you'll see the Big Cock Club link. Great combo with Parker White, now former Gamecocks kicker and the all-time point leader in South Carolina history. Really, really good stuff. SC Football 2, don't worry, Ice Baby's still here. Yeah, it's crazy. When Eister's back for another year. Feels like he's been here forever. But certainly, glad to have him back. Glad to have him back. Huge piece of your lineup, and I think he'll be right there in the middle of the lineup for you. So I think he'll have another big year. Absolutely. I mean, we're talking about a guy. People forget this dude hit 300 in SEC play. This dude hit 300 in SEC play. So a legitimate stud, man. A legitimate stud, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah. Let's see. Again, guys, it is game day tonight at the CLA. South Carolina women's basketball taking on Texas A&M, looking to move to 16-1 and win their 4th consecutive game. We got a text here. My prediction for the offense in 2022, we go from one of the worst in the SEC to top 3. Josh Vann, Antoine Wells Jr., Jaheim Bell, and Stogner catching passes from Rattler are going to be scary for opposing teams. Yeah, maybe top 3 is a little aggressive. I mean, who knows? But we will certainly be improved. There's no question. There's no question. No question with Rattler directing things. And, I mean, guys, you think about it. We're not that far away from spring ball, right? We're really not. I mean, this is going to be one of the most highly anticipated spring practices and spring game in quite a while. So spring game's going to be incredible. I mean, yeah, spring game's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, again, guys, in case you missed it, by the way, in case you missed it, Capital City Stadium in Columbia set to be demolished before June. So, crazy, man. Crazy how long it's been there, a staple of the city, and will be gone. It will be gone. Travis says, good vibes 2022. We have a lot to look forward to. Indeed, we really do, man. We're set up for a great year. Luke RJ says, about the Rowdy Rooster and the cockpit thing, I just think university doesn't want to encourage everyone drinking and heckling the opposing team and fans. I like the name. That's baseball. I guess fair enough. Whatever. I mean, does rowdy encourage drinking? I mean, do we not want our fans to get rowdy? Whatever. I'll keep rocking with Rowdy Roosters. William Corbett sets spring game attendance records. It might. I think it'll be a lot very similar to Spurrier's first spring game in 2005. Yep, Spurrier's first spring game in 2005. I was at that one. Incredible, dude. The entire lower bowl was packed. You probably had like 37,000 people there. It was awesome. John Kruger now saying it's a fake report. Quanzo Martin still Missouri's head coach. That's why you can't always trust what you read, John. Can't always trust what you read. You never know. Believe it or not, people lie on the internet. I know, shocking. People lie on the internet. Let's see. Travis says, wow, Capital City Stadium. I remember a Fallout concert many moons ago back in 2000. Yeah. Last game played there was 2014. So, I mean, it hadn't been used in God knows how long. SEC Football 2 says, for those who haven't joined the Big Cock Club, it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. Appreciate you, SEC Football 2. Yeah, we have a good time, man. Big Cock Club's cool. We have a really, really good time. Love the conversation. Paul Jones says, every opposing fan walking to Columbia should know they're in enemy territory. Heckling's a great way to do that. Indeed, man. That's again, there's obviously a line. You don't make personal attacks or over-the-top attacks, but, there's an art to the heckle. And, heckling is, heckling is certainly a part of it, man. It's something you want to make your home atmosphere intimidating. And, I was able to talk with, Coach Stuart Lake a couple months ago, and, he mentioned it, man, that it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. They feed off it. So, yeah, Travis, the Blowfish did play there. I didn't get to see them play there, but they did play there. Yes, you are correct. Paul Jones, be creative, not offensive. Exactly, my friend. Yep. There's an art to the heckle. There's an art to the heckle. There's an art to the heckle. Let's see. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls as well. 843-790-3377. Very excited to get back into CLA, by the way. I've only been to 2 women's basketball games ever. And my second one was Sunday when I was in the box. I'll be back in the box again tonight. So, yeah, gonna be a really, really good time. Looking forward to it. Hanging out with some great Gamecocks and drinking some cold brews and just having a good night, watching us kick some ass. So, Travi, I'm not sure what will be in the stadium's place. No, I'm not 110% sure. I'm not. John Gibbs, the last one I went to was when our pitcher broke his ankle and our center fielder had a freaking blast out of the stadium. I think we won 2-1 because their second baseman and right fielder dropped a routine ball. Don't go up there much, but I do occasionally. I think you're talking about the 2019 game, John, because that's when Carmen Majinski broke his foot, and we still won. And T.J. Hopkins and Andrew Eister both hit freaking piss missiles out of that stadium. Yeah, it's playing at home's a lot of fun, but I tell you, as a competitor, going on the road and beating your rival at their house, I mean, it's just something that, it's an incredible feeling, man. It's an incredible feeling to do that. So, yeah, I'm the best rivalry in all of college baseball. I mean, you guys know, man, Carolina Clemson in baseball is kind of like my Super Bowl. I mean, I get as fired up for Carolina Clemson in baseball as I do for football. Truly, I'm not even joking. I really, really do. I really, really do. So, really looking forward to that. Going to be absolutely incredible, man. Going to be a great time. That Friday night against them at home is going to be so intense. So, it's going to be a blast, man. It's going to be a blast for sure. Again, guys, less than 5 minutes to go here on this Thursday. Quick reminder, episode 576 of the podcast did drop this morning. A little bit of a slower Thursday, man. Travis says, what is Sarge Fry doing these days? Just basking in retirement. Travis, Sarge Fry got demolished. There's like something there in its place. I'm pretty sure that's the softball field now. Like they didn't just leave it there. It was demolished and completely, that area was completely redone. And that's kind of, they put the Doty over there. They put the softball field over there. So Sarge Fry is no more, my friend. Sarge Fry is no more. So Sarge Fry was a great ballpark too, man. It really was. It really was. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't seen Potato or any of those guys in the comments in a while, have we? It's been quite a long time. It has been quite a long time. So again, guys, check out the podcast. Check out the Parker White conversation on the Big Cock Club Discord, Big Cock Club Patreon. You can also get access to the Discord when you join. But again, patreon.com/Big Cock Club, guys, a fantastic conversation. Really, really good stuff. We'll have clips on social media all day long from that. But if you want access to the full convo, you can get that on the Big Cock Club. So really, really good stuff. And I want to say thank you to all those who have joined, man. The reception of the Big Cock Club has been awesome. We've had new members join and really, really cool. So Greg Bedinger, Sarge Fry, and the Roost. Yeah, the Roost. Who can forget? Dude, so, it's so funny when they were tearing down Sarge Fry. I mean, I'll never forget. I was just like, why? Like, it's such a great ballpark. Like, why do you want a new ballpark? And then you walked into Founders Park and you're like, okay, this makes sense. This makes sense. So, yeah, it's like, this makes sense. But, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to a great season. Like I said, guys, starting next week, starting Tuesday, will be a month from opening day. And, starting then, I will break down South Carolina baseball. We'll start with our position unit previews and, just got to kind of go from there. Break down every single position. As we get closer to opening day, we'll start to break down the team as a whole and have projected starting lineups and all that good stuff. So it's going to be a really, really good time, man. It's going to be a really good time. You guys know I'm very passionate with the baseball content, as I am with all the content we make. But baseball season is very, very cool for the Spurs Up Show. Guys, hey, we've hit 2 o'clock. That's going to do it all for me. Appreciate you all tuning in. Like I said, guys, check out the podcast that dropped this morning. Luke RJ is the Tin Roof live stream going to continue to be for the Big Cock Club. That's the plan, Luke. That's the plan. Yes. So if you want access to that, again, $9.99 a month, patreon.com/Big Cock Club. And again, one of the reasons I did that, majority of the people that tune into that anyways are those who are already members of the Big Cock Club. So it's not like we've had a bunch of random, it's not like, to be honest with you, there were like 100 people tuning in. And again, it's something exclusive. It's something extra. And the point is to get people to come out to Tin Roof. So yeah, if you want access to that live stream, you can get it. You can get it if you join the Big Cock Club. So again, yeah, patreon.com/Big Cock Club. Also, that link is in our social media handles. Be sure to check it out. Guys, again, it's 2 o'clock. Appreciate you all. Stay tuned for all the content today. Content bleeding out the eyeballs. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Go Cox beat Texas A&M tonight. If you're at CLA, say what's up. But again, appreciate y'all. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday, and we'll talk